What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to Nonsense Review episode, I want to say 114, I forgot to check. I am your host as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello everybody.
Today we are on episode 3 of Revenge of the Fifth. Today we are tackling Final Space, something I know little about but Rick does know about, and I will throw it over to him a little bit later for him to briefly explain things before we get into the episode. But those of you who are familiar with the podcast know that before we dig into the review itself, we like to briefly talk about our weeks and the goings-on in the wide universe. So with that in mind, Rick, how's your week been, buddy?
Well, on a very personal note, it's my daddy's 50th birthday today. So happy birthday to him. By the time it comes out, the festivities will have been and gone. But other festivities that are happening are obviously the coronation. So I riffed on that when I was making the Moonpig card for him. And made one of those, the fake front page of a newspaper thing that you can do.
Yeah, I'm vaguely familiar.
Yeah, so I did that, and the top right-hand corner was we take a break from the coronation festivities to do something that's actually important and matters to our family.
Very, very briefly, he seems to have de-aged by 20 years since you last said his age to me.
Oh, yeah. See, he's 70. It's his 70th birthday, sorry, my bad.
No, that's fine. There's just there's me holding it in until you get your anecdote out.
So that's going on and ongoing. He's going to see Joe Bonamassa tonight. He's a guitarist, and that's that. We have finished watching The Bad Batch, which you did quite some time ago.
Yeah, I got sucked in.
Yeah, I think it was a strong season for it. I think the season flowed slightly better than season 1.
Oh, definitely.
Just because they were already established, and even filler episodes felt good this time round. You know what I mean?
Except for that one filler episode that was still a bit too fucking much of a tonal shift.
Oh, yeah, the pod racing that comes just after, internal clone affairs.
Literally, the episode after, I want to say it's Rex, right? Or is it Cody? No, it's Cody fucking just straight up quits the Empire.
Yeah.
Fuck. And I'd say spoiler warning, but that series has been finished for at least a month now. Plus, that was episode 3.
And also, we see Cody and Rex in Rebels, which is years later, so they must have both survived somehow.
This is true. I will say, I was very surprised when I saw the first episode, and I don't think I mentioned this to you at all, but Omega's growth spurt took me by surprise, so much so it took me about half an episode to realise it was her. I think we should hold fire on talking about it more, because I think this would make a great retro.
Yes, I think it's good enough for a retro in future. Although on the Star Wars vein, another thing that happened to me this week is I found a Lego Star Wars magazine in a car park.
That's oddly threatening.
It's a bit weird. It sounds like a nothing story, but these things are £4.75.
Okay, here's why it's not all that weird, is that I can guarantee you that probably had a free minifigure. The kid got the figure and then, I don't want the fucking magazine, and then just tossed it.
It had the figure in it as well. It was bent and in a trolley, and the trolley got left behind. So whichever kid bought that and was expecting to take it home, they did not. It's in the trolley. The car was long gone by then, so basically, I'm not robbing anyone. I'm just performing a litter service. So I took it home.
No, that's fine.
And the other things that are happening in the world around here, they've put in overnight 3 mini roundabouts, and it's a pain in the arse. We don't want any of them, but we have to abide by them now.
I mean, mini roundabouts are pretty much get put in because people can't fucking take 2 seconds to stop. With a mini round, by the way, for our American listeners, because I know you don't have roundabouts, a mini roundabout essentially means that everyone now has to give way to the right.
Yes, rather than, putting in signals or anything. But the most annoying things is one of them is in a place where you cannot see anything. So even though you would have priority over the person coming down from the left,
if they can't see the right, then that's fucking useless. I get you.
Yeah, the person coming down from the left, A, can't see you, and B, are coming round a corner from national speed limit to a 30, and they may not have slowed down enough to treat the mini roundabout as a mini roundabout. So,
and if it's a new installation, you've got the double whammy of people not knowing it's there in the first place. People who have used the route before is what I mean.
Oh yeah, totally. This has been a rat run for as long as I've lived here and longer. Yeah, people are just going to continue using it like that. However, one thing that I've seen out in the wide world, I think you talked about this last week, that Japan has run out of Pokemon cards.
I never spoke about this. You do this a lot. You get news stories from other friends, and because I talk to you a lot now, just assume it came from me.
yeah, that's exactly the thing. So, Japan has gone into such a Pokemon card drought that they basically can't supply them. But there is one shop that is the self-proclaimed biggest Pokemon card stockist in Akihabara.
Oh, jeez.
They have banned adults from buying Pokemon cards from there.
You know what? I don't blame them. If there's actually a shortage of Pokemon cards, let the kids have first dibs and not these bullshit. I've got nothing wrong with people who collect shit. I collect cards. I collect Digimon cards. I get it. But if there's an actual shortage and an issue of getting the cards, let the kids have first dibs.
Yeah, and these are definitely just being scalped to hell. They're just being bought, scalped, resold. Even the fakes are fetching a large amount, even knowing that they're fake. That's how much of a shortage there is.
That's very odd.
And yeah, the kids are limited to 10 packs, which is a lot, actually.
That is, when you get limited to something in the UK, it's usually 2.
Yeah. Yeah, they're limited to 10 packs, which on our pocket money would be a lot. Yeah, the other thing that happened out in the wide world is the new Zelda came out. It's out officially, and people are putting up their vehicle creations, which is a thing you can do now on the internet. And obviously, the first thing that comes out is a giant man with a flamethrower for a willy. But yeah, that's just human creativity in a nutshell. And also, it's like possibly the lowest rated Zelda so far, with like a 6.6.
No one gives a fuck about those scores.
Yeah, because basically the super fans were going to buy it anyway. So yeah, but the Switch is showing its age.
I mean, sure, but it's one of those where I think Nintendo are hesitant to make Nintendo's always weird on the console cycle because I think ever since the Wii, basically, they've had their new console release completely separate from the other two of the big three.
Yes,
which
yes, absolutely.
Usually benefits it, let's be honest.
Yeah, like the Wii U was a bit of a mistake for that because they released it so far into that generation that it felt like the first of the next generation, even though it was like a step behind the current generation in terms of the power of the Xbox 360 and the PS3.
I get what you're saying, but the Wii U was always doomed for another reason in that it was trying to capitalise on the same market that the Wii basically dominated, which is casual people and people who don't really play games. So when the Wii U came out, you had people who actually, take gaming as their main hobby, going, wait, I'm actually confused. Is the Wii U a new thing or is the Wii U an add-on to the Wii? And then you had other people who don't do consoles at all and they just bought a Wii because, oh, it's Nintendo, it's safe, it's family friendly, Wii Sports and all that shit. Just going, I have to buy a new thing. I'm not buying a new thing.
Yeah.
Nintendo kind of dropped the ball with their own market on that one, but people who are more intelligent than me and more eloquent, shall we say, will probably be able to do a better breakdown on why the Wii U was a massive fuck up than I can. But trust me, it was a massive fuck up.
Yeah. Because everyone and their grandma, like Uncle Grandma, would have a Wii in their house for when you went to visit.
Yeah, and it quickly got banned when you smashed your granddad over the head with a baseball bat attachment by accident. Everyone has a story about a family member getting injured by the fucking Wii U nunchucks.
Ours is incredibly tame. There's a dent in the lounge wall where my mum just wanged the bowling ball, as in the remote, but as a bowling ball, into the wall. The remote survived. The wall did not.
Wow, now. Yeah, it's one of those where I've got the VR headset now, and I'll be honest with you, I'll give the Wii some credit. The Wii is the reason why I've never had a major incident with the VR headset, because I've always taken the strap seriously.
Yep, once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah.
Even I was trying to rest my arm on things when I was playing Vader VR, and then you showed us the Ronnie O'Sullivan clip.
Legendary.
Yeah, but I think that's about it for what I can think of out in the world. How have you been, and what has your week been like?
My week's been a bit dull. I haven't really watched anything new. I am due to see Guardians 3 tomorrow, which I would have already seen by the time the podcast is out, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
I hope so too. I have played some video games.
Have you?
Yes. The May games for PlayStation Plus dropped.
Okay.
We have the Grid Legends.
Ah, the racing game.
Yeah, exactly. By EA. I've got to be honest with you, I fell in love with this game very quickly.
Okay.
It reminds me of Need for Speed Pro Street, which was one of my favourite Need for Speeds, so it's got that in its favour. They also have a story mode where they have real actors doing the cutscenes, which was... it threw me for a loop at first because I was like, that's weird. But it quickly grew on me, and they try and make it it's a racing game. You can only do much for a story for a racing game. It's all on a track, so that's to its benefit. You follow the OC racing team through the story, and everything seems pretty legit. The only negative I'll say, but I count it as a positive because I find it so hilarious, is the villain of the story is so comically over the top a villain that you can't believe it. Like, it's wrestling level of heel. So while I'm sure some people will give that a big old negative cross, I'm giving it a big tick because it was so funny.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, a lot of the time when you've got a scenery-chewing villain like that is just comically evil, it's just a joy to watch.
But it's like not even trying to hide the evil, you know? Like, he caused, the beginning of the story is he causes a massive crash that makes your teammate literally lose half their leg. And he's just going, well, my fault. Like, yeah, this video of you doing it. It's like,
So it's like Dick Dastardly if he wasn't a comedian villain, like a cartoon villain.
Like, literally, he gets asked stuff like, oh, how do you think X Team is doing? And he went, who cares about X Team? Well, they're doing quite well. It's like, so? I don't talk about me. Oh, it's so funny. Anyway, you also had Descenders, which is a BMX game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of going downhill in muddy terrain. It's fun, I'll give it that, but I've got to listen to my own music.
Sure. Is this like a first-person one, or side-scroll, or what?
It's third person, but some of the tracks, the special challenge of the track is you put a camera on your rider's head and you look at it through first person, and those are annoying.
Sure. So it's like over-the-shoulder third person, and
It's like a racing game.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not quite over the shoulder, you know?
Sure.
Last but not least, on the gaming front, Chivalry 2 is also on PlayStation Plus. Left a sour taste in my mouth for it because it fucking crashed during the tutorial and I've not touched it since.
Oh no.
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be crashing on a PS5. You've got, resources to spare. Oh well.
Rick, do you want some news?
Yeah, let's shall.
Alrighty. First and foremost, this news story is a bit weird, so bear with me. Disney is buying up their stake in Hulu.
Right.
Which is a bit weird, because what it means is going to happen is, in the States, Hulu and Disney Plus are going to merge into the same platform.
Which is basically what we've got over here already.
Yeah, but here's the kicker, is in the States, there's still going to be 2 different subscription fees.
Right, okay.
So I don't know, it's not going to really affect America. I don't know if it's going to now affect the UK, because in the UK, all the stuff that's available on Hulu is available on Star instead, and that's just included in Disney Plus.
Yes.
So, I don't know, but that's what's happening.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. Disney Plus has now overtaken Netflix. We pay enough. I won't be surprised if they just add another couple of quid on to everyone's bill and see if people notice.
Yeah, potentially. Disney Plus has been a big proponent of don't buy monthly, buy yearly and save a few quid. So
yeah,
they might even go that route of tacking a few quid onto the monthly route and keep the yearly the same to try and get more buyers that way. I don't know. Helltaker recently celebrated its 3rd anniversary.
Okay.
Literally being yesterday as of recording. Van Ripper did an art stream. It was a cute picture. That's about it.
Was that where that Mardi Gras picture came from?
I don't think it was Mardi Gras. No, this one was Judgment in Barbarian armor buying an alchemical potion from Modius.
So not the show me your tits and
no, that was oh god, no, I found that on Reddit a while ago. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the sad things is in the description for Van Ripper's live stream, he has an FAQ section. One of the FAQs is, when is Helltaker 2 coming? And the answer is, I don't know, stop asking.
Oh.
Yeah. Although he is currently working on a new project, so I'm curious to know what that actually is, because Helltaker or not, the guy's artwork is nice. The gameplay was simple in Helltaker, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah, the whole rhythmic thing going on, and simple puzzles with a second solution, which you could get a better ending through. Or sorry, a worse ending, but a different ending.
Well, fun fact, Van Ripper's now made it so that both timelines end up with the Exantaker timeline, so that sucks.
Oh, shit.
Time for some music news, I think.
Yeah.
I've got 2 bits of music news for you.
Okay.
Glory Hammer's new single, well, it's not a single, it's from an album, new song dropped on the YouTubes.
Sweet.
Holy Flaming Hammer of Unholy Frost.
All right.
That's the name of the song, Rick.
Okay.
I think I'll leave it at that, shall I?
Yeah, the Holy Flaming Hammer of Unholy Frost. Okay, yeah, let's leave it at that.
Tenacious D also released a new song.
Yeah, you linked me to this.
Yeah, it's called Video Games. I've got to be honest with you, I was expecting a bit of a longer song. The song itself is fine. It's a bit short. I can't see myself just listening to this for funsies, but I'd recommend watching it for the music video, because the music video, along with the lyrics, are fucking great.
Yes.
Animated by Oni. Oni Plays.
Yeah, Chris O'Neill.
Yeah, which, good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen an Oni animation in fucking years. So, he hasn't lost it. Alright, let's put a bit of a down news before giving two good newses. Does that sound alright to you, Rick?
Yeah, sure. Let's finish on the good news.
So, bad news first. You already brought up the coronation once.
Yeah.
We're about a week removed. And, goddamn, the police arrested a lot of people for no reason.
Yeah, they did. Like, we knew this was going to happen.
We did, but I don't think it should be understated how close to fascism this is.
Yeah, it's just arresting people they don't like for reasons that they don't like.
And in some cases, it wasn't even people they don't like, because there was a news article that dropped yesterday of a woman in tears who quotes herself as a, and I'm using fucking air quotes, royal superfan who got arrested and locked up for a night. So not only are they arresting people for no reason, they're also arresting the wrong people too.
Yeah, they're arresting their own guys.
Again, I don't like bringing up the word lightly, but it is literally fascism. A person we didn't choose telling other people to arrest people he doesn't like.
Yep.
So yeah, on that note, fuck the king. You ready for some good news, Rick?
Yeah, let's have some.
Alright, we've got 2 bits of good news to end up on. Let's go with, oh fuck it, they're both weeby. Gundam.
Yeah.
The Gundam, the IP, has cited a record profit for the last fiscal year, earning over 131 billion yen.
Nice. Good for
The
them.
main reason for this is strong sales of figures from their most recent series, the Rich from Mercury.
Okay.
Which, important to note, is the first Gundam series to have a female protagonist.
Yeah.
So, good for them.
Yeah, good shit, good shit. I've heard that the series has been quite popular in general, and obviously this is confirming it in a material way.
Very much so, man. Alright, last bit of news, Rick, and you might be excited by this one, or you might not give a fuck. It could go either way.
Let's go.
Smite.
Oh, yes, I think I heard about this, but go ahead.
Yeah, Smite is having a collaboration with Vshojo, of all people.
Yeah, and half the people in the collab no longer work there.
Shh, don't worry about that.
The models look good, though.
I'm probably going to start playing Smite again just because of this, so it was a good move by Smite. It's coming, the update in question is coming out on May 16th. You will almost definitely have to buy these skins.
Yeah, from what I can think off the top of my head, Vebe's there, Nyana's there, Kaison's there, Iron Mouse, Silver Veil.
You got one more?
I'm cheating. I've brought up the link that Eyes gave me. Lich VTuber.
Apricot.
Okay, Fruit.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like Fruit, but she can't call herself that now, can she? But yeah, Iron Mouse is going to be a skin for Persephone, Silver Veil for Skadi, Nyana's for Circuit, Kaison for Nemesis, Vey for Nuwa, and Apricot for Izanami. I don't play any of these gods, but god damn it, I will force myself to. I like to be a tanky boy, Rick, or a guardian, and none of these characters are those. They're all very fast, they're either ranged or assassins, and assassins suck because they're glass cannons, and I'm not good at it.
Yep.
But that does it for news. As I alluded to earlier, we're doing Final Space today. We'll be doing Series 1, Episode 1, conveniently called Chapter 1. As I briefly alluded to, I know nothing about Final Space, whereas Rick, I believe, has watched all of it. So, Rick, what's the deal with this shit?
Okay, the early bit of the show feels a little bit like Season 1 of Red Dwarf, and then it expands from there. There are existential threats out in the universe, most of which is David Tennant as a small goblin man, and the main guy is he's a plucky idiot. Han Solo he is not. He is very much an idiot. But he seems to lucksack his way through the universe. But that's enough from me. I think it's about time we start watching. So, Final Space, Season 1, Episode 1, Chapter 1. 3, 2, 1, and go.
And because we didn't say it, you can watch it on Netflix.
Yes.
I believe it's a Netflix original, isn't it?
No, it's from Viacom.
But is it not one of those things that Netflix sticks its Netflix original words on, even though it's not?
It might do, yeah. When I first saw this, it was actually in Australia.
Okay.
And for that, it was on a different streaming service.
Fair enough. It's very interesting that you said that there was threats out in the universe, but that doesn't really mean they're targeting the crew, because that's very much Red Dwarf.
Yes. Yeah, the next few episodes start with a segment like this.
Mm-hmm. There's some cat people ripping people in half.
Yeah.
This is very weird, because I didn't think the art style during the main show was 3D.
It's not. This is just the opening.
Which makes it even weirder. Is that Olan Rogers or Alan Rogers?
Olan, yeah.
Huh.
So he's the only living person aboard this ship, pretty much.
Crap attack. Now, for those of you John DiMaggio's in this. For those of you wondering, that scene we just saw of him lying in bed and being fucking tired and not wanting to do shit is the scene that constantly plays when you hover over this show on Netflix. At least it was a smiley face and he didn't make it an O for him to fuck.
Yeah, so these robots are called the Sames because they're all the same.
Sure.
Apart from Hank, who's got Hank written on his forehead.
Yeah. It's a bit harsh.
Yeah, and Kevin's base obviously is a claptrap.
Yeah.
And it's oh, it's Fred Armisen. I thought it was Ice King.
Fair enough. Ice King's Tom Kenny.
Yeah, I thought it was Tom Kenny.
Yeah. Did already know that the gimmick was he thinks he's the captain, but he's really a prisoner. I don't know the reason why he's a prisoner, but again, you learn things from having a fucking clip play repeatedly. Almost insanely so.
Yeah, most of the logs that he's got, he's trying to send to a lady who he thinks is his girlfriend.
Right. Well, there's DiMaggio doing his Scotsman voice.
Hey, Tribal.
I'm going to assume the girl in question is yeah, because she's in the intro, isn't she?
Yep.
We're just going to steal this joke from South Park. Man, taking out a dude while he's pissing is low.
Yep. Gary Goodspeed.
I would hate to have cube money.
Yeah. Like, cube money just... It doesn't go anywhere. But also toilet drugs.
She's clearly doing math.
Hmm.
Like, you got to appreciate the cojones.
Yeah. I like the reaction of wow. I mean, no, but wow.
Okay, so I'm going to assume he crashes the ship, and that's what he's in prison for.
Yeah.
Oh, that's way worse.
Yeah. Causes a shit show.
I'm surprised it took her that long to figure out, though.
Hmm. Yeah, Quinn's even a bit of a goof because I'm pretty sure she says punch.
You got 5 years for doing so much military damage.
Yeah, that's a slap on the wrist at best.
But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if the woman in question also got a bollocking, because she's technically the one that let him in the ship.
Hmm. Yeah, Hugh, obviously the ship's AI.
Yeah.
He gets a body in later seasons.
Great. Can you fuck it?
Um, Probably not.
Shame.
It's like a blender with legs.
Well, okay, I can see why you wouldn't want to fuck that, except for that one random dude on Tumblr. Oh, it's clearly not a pixel, is it?
Nah, it's something on the way in. Here we go. Here's our mascot.
Oh, it's fucking Mothra, dude.
Yeah, the original mooncake just being a caterpillar that his dad gave him.
Well, that looks evil.
Mm-hmm.
Hordak lives here somewhere, right?
This is Space Hordak.
Yeah, I could understand why you would not be intimidated by this creature.
Yep. Little potato-headed space goblin.
Oh, he's a space wizard. You fucked, bro.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think he ever gets another name apart from the Lord Commander.
Sure.
Apart from, like, in the future when he gets a bit of backstory, but it's before he becomes the Lord Commander.
Yep, sure. How has the AI in the ship already not seen this creature?
I'm pretty sure he has.
Right. Captain Underpants is a real thing.
I've seen, like, half an episode of it on Netflix.
Oh, it was a kid's book when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Which I never read, but the pictures on the cover were grotesque.
Yeah. I think the actual Captain Underpants is their headmaster, and the kids turn him into Captain Underpants by hypnotizing him.
I'll take your word for it. If you need to play cards, he really should have tried solitaire rather than whatever the fuck he tried with the robot.
Yeah. I forgot that one of the same's got Boobs as his name.
So Kevin's meant to help him from going insane, and his method by that is to drive him insane.
Yes. Annoy him and focus his anger.
That sounds like Fry.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, the same's just... The moment they go into melee, they get shot down.
Yeah, much like Tao.
Yeah.
I've got some bad news for you. Evil on this scale was never going to... is not letting you go at this point anyway.
Nope. Nope. The only benefit they've got is that these guys are bounty hunters, so they can be sometimes bribed to let you live if they get what they want.
Wow, get fucked, your other guys. I can't help but notice that the cat creature is somehow holding on, and that there is a cat creature in the intro.
Yes. That is a good observation to make. I wonder if these people who are in the intro are actually, interesting.
Wow, that's a statement, isn't it? Yeah, cool, about time he had a smack. Wow, why waste the time?
I mean, if you're gonna die anyway, and he's dazed, you might as well drop kick him.
I guess. That was never gonna... That should not have worked, by the way. The moment the fucking hole collapsed without the helmet on, he should have just gone poof.
Well, apparently you do have a few seconds.
Apparently it's something to do with the pressure rather than the oxygen.
Oh, it's definitely pressure. One of the best ways to survive that is to breathe out all of your air so your chest doesn't explode.
Okay, sure, but the character we're talking about would not know that.
No. So I think it's just abridged to make it more exciting.
Like, it's better than a 0% chance, I guess.
Hey, slingshotting around a planet. We saw that last week.
We see it all the goddamn time. It's like a trope at this point.
Yeah.
Well, you even said that's the gimmick of the show, didn't you?
Yep. He just fail. I didn't say failing upwards, but yeah, that's basically his entire shtick. Bungling his way through the universe.
Is the moon face thing gonna fart and help?
I think it does, yeah.
Moonface has a surprising amount of control of himself in Zero G, making the thought of leaving him behind not actually being an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. He was hurtling through space when he found Gary to begin with. Kamehameha!
I was thinking it, but I didn't want to say it.
Yep. He's a little like living Death Star.
That's a lot of minutes. I hate the noises it makes. It's Monday.
It's Monday. I hate Kevin.
Okay, he put his gun down because of the robots, not because of the saying. I thought he got stupided into submission.
Yep.
Wait, Kevin could play cards the whole time.
Yeah, he just chose not to because he's a pillock.
Oh, what's that? Is that fucking... Hang on. Is that Clancy Brown?
It might be.
It sounds like Clancy Brown, but slightly deeper, but he does voices that deep sometimes. I couldn't concentrate that entire conversation because I was trying to place the voice.
Coty Golloway.
Never mind, then.
Hugh is Tom Kenny.
Oh, okay. Is that racist? I feel like that's racist.
I mean, it definitely is.
That's like a fan fiction description of eyes.
Gelatinous marbles. Yeah, he thinks he's all that.
I mean, apparently he's done a good enough dude for a cookie.
Yeah.
Ah. It's literally the Family Guy of I'm not calling a doctor because then you won't learn.
Yeah.
What's going to stop him? Yeah, okay. That thing needs to die. What did he manage to draw before he fucked off? Oh,
I think it's, yeah, it's like
half
a monocle and half a mustache. Yeah.
Someone had the first name Devon with the nickname DVD.
Pretty cool.
That's some sinister Bagul shit.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's the end of first episode of Final Space. But yeah, you've seen it before, Rick, but I'll ask you all the same. What did you think?
It didn't give the perfect introduction to all the characters, but most of them were there. Like, obviously we've got Gary, we've got Avocado, we got a little bit of Quinn, and we see bits of the Lord Commander. It did an alright job of that, so I'd say it's a reasonable one. Season 1 is basically not a lot like Season 2 and 3, so the things that I've seen most recently are very far removed from this. But generally, I liked it, and it did kind of hook me in to watch the rest of it. How about you? What do you think?
It was fine. Not much else to say other than that. The downside of doing first episodes of any series is first episodes have a mission statement, and that mission statement is usually establish the setting, establish your main crew, and this episode I'm going to assume did that. Like, we know the main area is going to be the prison ship, we know the main crew is going to be... granted, we're slightly spoiled by the intro, but it's not really a spoiler if it happens in episode fucking 1 of the main crew being the human, the cat dude, and the AI.
Yeah, we know we're getting Quinn at some point.
Yeah, I assume that's going to be like a mid-season thing. I feel like they're going to build her up.
Yeah, I think it's actually pretty early on, but yeah, it's not immediately. We've got Avocado already. They say avocado because that's how our tea goes in American. But yeah, it's avocado.
Oh, it's spelled with a T, is it?
Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah, so he's got cat in his name.
That's very weird.
Weirdly enough, he looks just like the dad cat from one of those webcomics.
I know exactly what comic you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know if it's modelled after Avocado, but yeah, it's immediately obvious as soon as you see it.
I don't know either. It's one of those where that's a common enough cat to just see in the wild.
Yeah. Black and white man cat.
It doesn't have to be a man cat, but you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, black and white cats are apparently like really common at shelters because they're not very photogenic.
I'll take your word for it. I've seen a lot of black and white cats because they are usually really good at being feral cats.
Yeah, they're common as shit.
Yeah, usual wind down as always. Rick, do you have a standout favourite moment?
I liked when Kevin was having his establishing moment as a little cunt, when he was like taking all the cookies that he wanted and mashing them into his face just to break them, just to piss Gary off.
Hey, he's a bastard. I did a real good job of making me not like Kevin.
Yeah. How about you? What was your favourite moment?
My favourite moment also involved cookies. It was right at the end there where the AI just went, cookie privilege revoked.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can't only talk about the good, we got to talk a bit about the bad. So with that in mind, Rick, do you have a weakest link for me?
I'd say it's that we didn't get all of the main characters in episode 1. So there's Little Kato is in the credits and Tribor is in the credit. We saw Tribor for like 2 seconds before we got the door slammed in his face. But yeah, how about you? What was your weakest link?
My weakest link was, it's a first episode. It suffers the first episode problems. Story didn't really happen. It was all establishing. And that's not a bad thing. It's something you have to do. But unfortunately, I felt it. You feel it a lot in most of these sci-fi things.
Yeah, because it's so much different to just normal Earth right now that they have to do a non-zero amount of establishment, and often it's most of the first episode and probably beyond. Like, there's going to be factions that you're going to have to get to know at least by association, if not by perfect name.
But yeah, we don't like dwelling on the bad. We like to end on a high note. So with that in mind, Rick, who gets that all-important MVP award from you?
I think a comedy routine is only as good as your straight man, and I think Hugh gets the MVP this time around. The ship's AI, who is basically a perfect straight man brick wall for all of the wacky antics that went on this episode.
Sure.
How about you? Who's your MVP?
I don't know how to phrase this one, Rick, so correct me if you think I phrased it poorly.
Sure.
I want to give it to the background artists.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
It's space. It's nothing groundbreaking, but what they did well.
Yeah, and it wasn't just black, which is real easy to do. There was colour in every single space backdrop, and now that you brought it up, yeah, I can just picture image after image after image after memory of the other seasons that are just really well done like that.
Like, I feel like I could take a screen grab from any moment in the episode, take out the characters, and it's just like, that's just a nice backdrop to have for a scene.
Yeah, totally.
Not to take away anything from the voice actors or the direction or the writing. It was all pretty good. Like, nothing was outstandingly bad. Farzar, this ain't.
Oh yeah, like this kicks the shit out of Farzar.
And yes, we will keep taking pot shots at it. I've never been so disappointed in a show.
Yeah. It had the budget to be good and everything. But yes, here's another thing. This has been cancelled officially. It got its 3 seasons and Viacom has officially cancelled it. They've given Olan Rogers the green light to make a graphic novel. She has to self-publish and cannot sell through regular channels. If you want to read this graphic novel, it's currently available for pre-order. However, it is $150.
Is that Aussie or American?
American.
Fuck.
And it's limited to a limited run that he can have in his garage. It's an incredibly steep price to pay for someone who's watched all the seasons and likes the show like I do. It's a steep price to pay.
It's one of those where fuck me. Even Watchmen and V for Vendetta are the 2 big fucking graphic novels I can think of the top of my head. And even when they came out, they would not have had the audacity to charge $150. Admittedly, they had publishers, I'll grant you, but fuck off.
Yeah, 30 quid is a lot for a graphic novel, and that's what masterpieces like that are asking.
It's actually less than that nowadays, thanks to the fact of reprints and whatnot, but yeah, back in the day it would have been about that.
Yeah, economy of scale has made it so that those things are both because they're well known and getting reprints, and because literally if you're doing 10,000 or 100,000 copies, it's a lot cheaper than doing 1,000.
I feel you. I'm not knocking the creator in any way. I respect the fact that it's going to be more expensive and difficult given the limitations he's been given. But I think it's a bit of an unrealistic expectation for many people to pay that price.
Yeah. If you want to learn more, it's on his YouTube channel. It was actually rather recently, I think about 3 weeks ago, that he put up the video on this. So, go take a look if you're interested.
But yeah, that does it for us today. That was Final Space. I don't know if I'm going to binge this immediately, but I wasn't put off by this first episode. I'm probably going to watch it at some point.
Yeah. And if you like the episode, you got the comment section down on YouTube. And if you're listening via one of the many audio platforms, you can send us an email. And where would that go to?
I mean, Rick just straight up fucking took it from me. You take it away. You go for it.
Yeah, it goes to nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Once again, that is nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. And yes, it's a goodbye from me, and it's going to be a goodbye from Rick as well.
Bye!